Yeah, good afternoon, our viewers out there. We are back on another exciting episode of Just Football. And just as we used to do it, we'll be coming with exciting topics in the world of football. And here with me is Mr. Victor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good to be back.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. And now that competition has started again. The Champions League competition, and it is the competition meant for champions. You will not see teams that are dwarf in the League of Champions. Like teams like in the EPL, you know that there are teams that are not present, like Liverpool and a team in London like that. A team in Chelsea. Chelsea is not there. All right. Yesterday, some games were played, and one of these games, AC Milan versus Newcastle United. We all know that Group F is tagged as the group of death, where we have AC Milan, we have Newcastle, we have Dortmund, we have PSG. And yesterday, these teams played their match. One of these matches is Newcastle versus AC Milan in San Siro. So they played 0-0. What do you make of the game?
Well, that yesterday game marked the over 21 years that Newcastle
have been
absent, and I think their last two games was in San Siro.
Yes.
So it was an anniversary for Newcastle, and they played the anniversary game. You know, they couldn't score, and they tried as much as possible not to concede. You know, looking at the fact that they've been drafted into a very dangerous group, and with their attitude towards the game yesterday, it's also obvious that it's not only we the observers that know that they are in pot of soup. They know themselves, and they tried as much as possible. If you look at Trippier yesterday, if you look at their goalkeeper saved two major goals last night that's supposed to have you understand? But so it shows that they were ready for the game. They are going to the Champions League, even though with their experience, they are not new in Champions League.
Okay.
They are not new in Champions League. They've been Champions League winner for some years back, and though it's been a while, but they are currently going like an underdog. Looking at the fact that at the group that we can categorize them as the one of the least in that group. But nevertheless, they can shock anybody the way Napoli shocked last season. So you understand? Napoli went all the way to semi-final.
Yes.
So nobody believed that could happen. So they can shock anybody. They can put the surprise, and it showed in the game they played yesterday. Though they have some chances of scoring, but they couldn't. And looking at AC Milan is currently not in their good form. When they played against Inter Milan on last weekend, and they conceded such number of goals, I knew that they might not be able to do well with Newcastle. But you know, this is just their first game in 6 other games that they will play in Champions League. So let's see what they can get out of it.
So in that same group, PSG played against Dortmund at home, and they won by 2-0. And Mbappe, like always, was also on the score sheet. So now with that, who are the two teams you expected to come out of that group of death?
Well, looking at the quality that PSG always parade, everybody will say PSG should come out first, and I can also see that in that line. But the group's going to be more competitive, so it's about who can win more. But looking at the manager that PSG has right now, he's a manager that has full of Champions League experience. He has played a lot of Champions League, especially with Barcelona, and he has done so very well
as player and
as a coach. So he knows what he wants when it comes to Champions League. And looking at the new signings after PSG have let go some of their major players like Messi, like the Verratti leaving now, like the defender from Madrid, Ramos, and they signed Colomwani. So it's a plus.
Asensio
is a plus. So those players, they are young and they have good quality to deliver. So I see them topping the group if all things being equal. And looking at what Newcastle played, if Newcastle can
continue that.
double up
Okay.
against Dortmund and against AC Milan second leg at England, they can follow through with PSG to move out of that group.
And I think now there is nothing like you crashing out of Champions League and moving straight to Europa. I think they have stopped that now. There's no chance of that.
It's better. I don't actually like that thing from the beginning, because it's like you are taking the advantage of people that are the players that are teams that are playing in Europa. Why will you be disqualified from a place and you will now come and dominate another place? If you are good enough, you have stayed there.
That's the trick Sevilla have been using over time.
Exactly, that's the trick.
They are the next person that they will not go through with Champions League. They will just
they know they might not go for a Champions League, but once they enter Europa, they are winning it. So it's not good enough.
Oh, okay. Yesterday too, Barcelona won their game 5 goals to 0, and as expected, they were basically was on the score sheet. But this guy, the guy that was known to Chelsea,
João
Felix, he was so outstanding. The guy was outstanding. He has played 2 matches for Barcelona. He was named the man of the match for the 2 matches.
You know, when you made a player realize that he's really not important, really not needed, they tend to prove points. You know, when Joe Felix came to Chelsea as a lone player, he played all his mind, even though it was not a good time for him because the whole team was on a low record. They are not playing good football, but he tried his best to put something on the table. But to the whole team, it wasn't good enough.
Right.
So it gave him it was like a bad impression for him. At that point, he wanted to stay. The new manager didn't want him in his team. He tried going to Saudi. It didn't work through. So that kind of player that knows he has something to deliver, any opportunity he has, he wants to make a statement. So I think that is what is happening between Joe Felix and Barcelona right now.
So Man City also started their competition, defending the trophy. And yesterday, their opponent, they scored first. So not knowing that Man City is coming back, as expected, it was 3-1. So Man City now, do you see them reclaiming the trophy?
It's not always in the record of Champions League winning back to back. Apart from Madrid that has been doing it, and the same Madrid, I don't think the same Madrid can even do it right now with the quality they had then. So Manchester City will try, but I don't see them reclaiming it. But they might go far because they have the quality. But I don't see them reclaiming it. But if they give out their best, don't stop them.
So okay. Also, I want us to talk about this. It is something unusual in the world of football for a goalkeeper to score, to be on the score sheet. But yesterday it happened. Atletico versus Lazio. So Atletico was away playing against Lazio, and it was 1-0 until 94th plus minute, and the Lazio had a chance of a corner. The goalkeeper went for it. Eventually, he scored a header. So, do you think goalkeepers should be encouraged to do that more often, knowing that it can also backfire?
The goalkeeper has always been part of it. Okay. So, if you see a quality team that is good in every ramification, their goalkeeper will not be left out. Look at quality goalkeepers back then, like Chilwell, Bartes, Campo. They have so many quality. Apart from saving their net, they score so many goals from set pieces, from nodding and everything. So when Manchester United signed Onana, there was a credit I had about him because he knows how to play from behind. He's a very good goalkeeper when it comes to play with his foot. But because the defense is not really helping him, so he's currently having a problem. But regardless of that, if Onana has the same chance that this guy had, he could do something similar. So it's always good when a goalkeeper is being trained and make him as important as the whole team, so that there a time like this he will also stand up and save the team. So I'm happy with the team yesterday, with Lazio yesterday, and I'm happy with the goalkeeper with what he was able to pull out. So good.
Yeah, the competition is going to be tense today. Manchester United will be playing against Bayern Munich. And on paper, everybody is writing Manchester United out. Will you be writing them out as well? Will you be writing them off?
There's no way we will write them off. You know, what you're gonna do today will show from what you've been doing yesterday.
Okay.
If you look at their record in Premiership, it's actually nothing to write home about, and they are coming to play against a team that has won its last two games, especially hungry and angry Hurricane. You know, you look at what Hurricane has been playing in the last 2-3 games. You show that guy has the quality and also want to prove a point.
Yeah.
So I don't see Manchester United standing a chance. They are a scattered team right now. They can, but you know, football is football. Anything can happen in football. But regardless of that, I don't see what Manchester United can play against Bayern Munich that can give them something good today.
Let's look at the tactical structure of both teams. Bayern Munich is a team that loves to play in the midfield. And currently, that is the weakness of Manchester United, because in their midfield, they've not been doing so well. In fact, some people are of the opinion that it is that midfield that is putting much pressure on their defense, leading to more conceding much goals. So now, a team like Bayern Munich that has qualities in that midfield, won't they be rubbishing Man U in the midfield, and maybe we'll be looking at a score like 6-0 or 5-0?
The goal might not be that much. The goal might not be that much because, you know, when it comes to Champions League, Manchester United is one of the most disciplined teams when it comes to Champions League and their record. So they might lose the game, they might concede, but it won't be that mercilessly. You know, savaging what is left for them.
Okay.
They know they are going to a Champions League, and you know the record is there for them to protect. So regardless of what has been happening in the Premiership, you know, when it comes to Champions League, sometimes it's always a different ball game. But no matter how different it's going to be, we will still use the same players. You understand? But you know, looking at what their manager had told them, because we read that they had some backroom meeting after the game against Brighton, and they all left and went home happy because of some quality talk that their manager had with them. So let's hope that talk will revive and bring something good out of them. So I see them closing up some gaps, but Bayern Munich might still win, but it won't be that mercilessly.
You don't see the midfield getting too shambled today.
Well, it's left to if Casemiro can pick up his quality from where he dropped it last season. If Casemiro can be on top of his game, and Bruno Fernandes, you know, the mantle of the leadership in Manchester United lies in both players, because those are the up front of the team is messed up right now with Anthony not around, Sancho not around, Rashford losing his quality right now. So the front is shambled. The midfield, the quality is no more there. So that is why you can have their defense being exposed. But if Casemiro can step up his game today with Bruno Fernandes trying to take charge of what is happening in the midfield, I see them coming up some of their errors, and at least 2-0, 2-1, 1-0.
But you don't see them winning.
I don't see Manchester United winning, except if anything that can just make the difference.
One thing that is constant to me is that, like, the way the defense of Manchester United is looking at, like, right now, and if they will be able to contain with what they have right now in the back, will they be able to contain Hurricane?
With Varane out,
yes.
I think Lindelof is also out.
Lindelof is back.
Lindelof is
Martinez is not.
Martinez is not fit. So and Manchester United doesn't like switching to 3-5-2, because you know with a team parading Hurricane Harry Kane has not been playing Champions League for a while. He went to Bayern Munich because of cups, especially Champions League. So, and this is one of the main opportunities for him to make statements against the club he has been playing with from the former domestic league he used to play. So, even when Manchester United is in form, and you can understand their defense, how much more when they are the shadow of themselves. So, I don't think any of them stopping Harry Kane. What I would expect Manchester United to do is to create chance and try to utilize it. At least if you have some deficits, try to pay back some of them, if not all. That is the only way, because the greatest way to defend is to attack. You know, if you stay indoor, you stay back door for your opponents, they keep pressing, they keep attacking. But if you come out too often, they understand that you two want to score. So it will be a balanced game. You understand? So I will prefer if they can try and find a way to create chance. If they can create chance and do some attacking,
maximize the chance.
You understand? Maximize those chances. The game can be even.
Let's see how it goes. But what's your prediction today?
It might be 2-1
in favor of Bayern
Munich.
All right. So also, Arsenal will be playing against PSV. Since 2017, Arsenal has been absent of from the competition, and some people are even saying that the last camera used for the camera Arsenal used for the last time they were in the competition is rusty and it's not even working again. So now they are coming back into the competition. Will they be as active as in the days of Arsene Wenger?
The last Champions League, just after Champions League game I went was on black and white. Well, we thank God that they are back.
Okay.
Thank God Arsenal is back. But looking at the quality they have been displaying, I personally I love English football, and I always love any club that goes out of English football to Champions League, because I always like making a statement against Spanish league.
Okay.
Because they always put Spanish league in quality football above EPL. I can't blame them. EPL is more of monetization, publicity, media. So and that's always bringing the quality of football behind. But I always want something. I always want clubs that can rewrite that statement.
Okay.
So and looking at what Arsenal is doing right now, I see Arsenal as one of the clubs that can do it. So if they don't get fidgeting about Champions League, because Champions League is a different ball game. It's not a game for the boys. It's a game for the men. So if they can tell us that they are not boys, they are men, I see them doing it. But looking at the opponent, PSG is not a prince. They have been playing Champions League back to back, and they have the record. They have quality players there. So the game is going to be balanced. It's going to be entertaining.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to enjoy that game. But I want to give it to Arsenal. So maybe a 1-goal margin, either 2-1 or 1-0.
I don't know if you are familiar with David Raya, former Brentford goalkeeper that is in Arsenal now. And over the weekend, Arteta preferred him over Ramsdale, the usual number one. So it has been, that particular action has called for many opinions, and somehow the opinion that Raya is more reliable, he looks more stable in that position than Ramsdale. Do you see Ramsdale taking the bench and Raya coming to be the starting goalkeeper?
I don't see it that way. You know, like I said when we were talking about Gabriel Jesus and Nketiah. Arteta is just trying to maximize his options.
Okay.
And apart from that, signing a goalkeeper like that, it was part of the agreement that you will be giving him playing time before you can put his hand on paper for you. And to fulfill that agreement, you must
give him time.
So I think that was why he used him in that game, and fortunately it went well, because if it didn't go well, it would have been a different story. So, but I don't see that repeating itself, because resting the first goalkeeper doesn't mean he was not, or he has lost his form. Ramsdale has been very good. All through last season, Ramsdale played fantastically. So I don't see him continue Raya in this Champions League because Raya has never played Champions League before. Even though Ramsey has not played Champions League, but he was in Europa last season, and at least he played some games and he did some saving. So if Arteta will not do pass himself, I don't see him starting Raya ahead of Ramsey this season. No, I don't see him.
Okay. So and also in that midfield position, do you think he has been tinkering with the way he plays in that midfield? Sometimes he preferred Kai Havertz actually, though most of the fans they are of the opinion that Havertz should be on the bench, while someone like Pablo Vieira, Smith Rowe, and Trossard should get the starting bait ahead of Kai Havertz. Do you see Kai Havertz, with his experience in the Champions League, do you see him playing in that midfield today?
Kai Havertz might play well in Champions League today. Let's leave everything to the person that is training with them and knows their style and the kind of the quality of games and the style at which you want to play will determine the players you will put in. You understand? So I believe Arteta knows what he's doing. Anytime he try to start Kai Havertz, but so far you have Declan Rice as your four that can cover up any mess. So and you have Odegaard that always like attacking. So anything Kai Havertz do can still be minimized. And looking at the fact that he is also a very good and quality player when it comes to Champions League, so he can start him or put him in from bench. Any of the two, I think Kai Havertz is fine. Because even when he was in Chelsea, sometimes he comes from the bench.
Okay, like let's look at this guy, Smith Rowe. This guy has been a fantastic player until he got injured, and ever since then, it seems that it has not been having much faith in him. And this guy is a load of talent. Now he's wasting on the bench. He has not played any Premier League match this season, but this is Champions League. Do you see Arteta giving me a chance?
Smith Rowe used to be one of my favorite Arsenal player when he was there before the injury. But looking at what is happening right now, Arsenal has been full of quality players, and it's going to be difficult for anybody from them to come and break in if you are not fit enough. Looking at what Raya did, the opportunity given to Raya was like a trial. So in a club like that is full of so many quality players, you don't miss opportunity.
Yeah.
So if you are coming from a bench in a midfield that has Saka and that has Vieira, that has Odegaard, that has Martinelli, and so many other quality players like that, every 5 minutes is supposed to be your best minute. But if you come in and you are showing like you are still not ready, the manager cannot gamble with you looking at the competition in the league. So if having said that, I was unable to use him in the Premiership, so I don't see him trying him in Champions League. It's player with a team like PSG.
Maybe like Carabao.
There's still many other games that he can still feature.
So now Champions League is back. Who do you predict to be clinching the trophy this season?
That's gonna be too early to
predict, right?
Because Madrid is there. They wouldn't want to make the same mistake they made last season. Barcelona is there. Those boys are playing fire. Arsenal is also there. Manchester City, the Champions League winner is there. So we have so many clubs that want to make statements. But let's see what happens.
In your opinion?
In my opinion, I would say Barcelona.
Wow.
I would say Barcelona. Those boys have a lot to offer. I would say Barcelona.
Right. Even with they only have a striker. You understand? Once it's off, that's it.
Let's see what it depends on what the manager can do. If João Felix had quality midfielder delivering good ball to him, João Felix can play a first line. You understand? Pedri can play a first line.
And Ferran Torres.
Ferran Torres can play. You understand? So there's so many players there that Barcelona can tweak into their attack. So I see them going far. If I want to pick any team for For the Champions League, it will be Barcelona.
Alright. It has been an exciting moment having to talk about Champions League and Champions League. And it's so exciting talking to our guests today. But